Welcome back to The Bottom Line. I'm Trisha Fritz, and today we're listening to different voices on the topic of technology in the classroom. We'll be hearing again from Kate on what is trending on social media in just a few minutes. But first, we have what we like to call the expert voice. Our guest today is Dr. Claire Lamonica, who is the director of the Center for Teaching, Learning, and Technology. So thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. I want to get into the first question right away for you.
Okay.
So what do you think the benefits are of having technology in the classroom?
Well, when we talk about technology, we kind of have to define what we're talking about. A pencil is technology. But I think today when we talk about technologies, we're usually talking about having a laptop in the classroom, having a phone in the classroom, a smartphone in the classroom. Those are having maybe a tablet. And I think the advantages are obvious. It connects the classroom to the outside world. Mm-hmm. So if there's a question that comes up about something in current events, or if there's a question that comes up about historical context, it's possible for people to just, you can Google that. Let's find out. Who was the president when the Vietnam War started? Okay, well, what were the headlines saying at that point? All of that is available at people's fingertips.
So we talk about this being available at people's fingertips and the advantages. So do you see any issues that come about when we have technology like the computer or cell phone in the classroom?
Well, I think the difference between technology that's a computer or a tablet or a phone and a pencil is that today's digital technologies are much more, they suck you in, so nobody ever really sat and watched anybody else write with a pencil. It's not that gripping. But it is very easy, as somebody said earlier, to get distracted by a fellow classmate who's watching a movie on Netflix or somebody who's buying a pair of shoes on Amazon. So I think those distractions are there. And one tool that we may need in this day and age is to tune them out, to kind of focus in on what we think is important in the classroom.
So I know myself, and I know that I'd be online shopping in the classroom if I totally brought my laptop or anything along those lines. So what is ISU doing in particular to kind of integrate technology into their classrooms?
Well, we don't have a campus-wide technology policy. Classroom policies are up to individual instructors. We do have some infrastructure that allows, of course we have ReggieNet. We have a campus classroom response system, which we call Clickers, which is Turning Point. That's supported by the university. We have some new technologies. We have increased accessibility to Adobe, which isn't the technology. That's sort of something you can use with the technology. And at our center, we try to work with faculty to prepare them to integrate those tools into their teaching in the most effective way.
Amazing. So upon integrating this technology into classrooms and working with teachers a lot, do they ever receive any backlash from not allowing computers in their classroom? Or
there are some people who don't allow certain technologies in their classroom. I think most people take a more balanced approach. They want students to have access to those technologies when it's important, and but they don't want them to be distracted by them. Mm-hmm. So we don't hear, of course, directly from students when they have concerns. They're more likely to take that directly to the instructor or to the department or whatever. But we do hear from instructors who have concerns, and that's when we talk to them about what's the best way to do this and what's the best way to develop a policy that will allow students who need the technology or rely on it to use it without distracting other students.
So I'm so glad that you're on that end to help start getting the movement into technology into classrooms and stuff like that. I think it's definitely what we need to see more of. So thank you so much for taking time out of your day and joining us, and we loved having your input.
Great.
All right, and now we bring it back to Kate live in the SMAC to chime in more social media voices. Kate?